Off today. What's going on, everybody? This is another edition of Prime Sports World with bringing you another edition of College Basketball Madness. I'm Israel Rivera here with Matt James, kicking it here with you here on Selection Sunday. How you doing, Matt James?
Doing well, man. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. We're catching Matt on his lunch break, so you want to go a little fast here with some rapid fire on the college basketball madness. But it was a crazy selection Sunday. I'll go ahead and share this podcast when needed here. But how do you look at all the games here, Matt?
Well, as you said, on break, I didn't get to analyze too much of it yet, but I will make sure I get that done and give my full analysis of it. But taking a first quick look at it, looks like a pretty solid bracket overall. Some intriguing matchups, especially in these second and third rounds going into the weekend and the second weekend here. So we'll go over each of these.
So we'll just go right into it. West Region. We'll start with number 1 Gonzaga versus number 16 Georgia State. Who do you got winning in this one?
This game or the region?
The game.
Give me Gonzaga. They'll take care of business early. I mean, they like to put out teams time and up by a good 20, 30 points and cruise.
Yep. Go ahead. Give me Gonzaga. Yep. Go ahead and give me Gonzaga as well. I think they'll go ahead and wipe the competition here with Georgia State. Even though this is a scrappy Georgia State bunch, I think they'll go ahead and take care of business there against them. Next matchup in this regional, we got number 8 Boise State versus number 9 Memphis. Who do you got winning this one and why? Or just who do you got winning this one? Losing you there a little bit, Matt.
Up in the second rounds, as I said, Penny Hardaway going up against the Gonzaga, the runner-up of last year. See how well Memphis plays. No pun intended, but yeah, give me Memphis.
I think I lost him there, but he was going with Memphis there on the job for the game. I'm gonna go Memphis as well. I think Memphis showed me a little bit there coming down the stretch in that AAC tournament. They just ran into a tough sledding. Looks like Houston has the number, but the good thing is they do get Amani Bates back for the tournament. He didn't play in the AAC tournament. Duran was the AAC freshman of the year. He played really well. Give me Memphis to win that game against Boise State. Next matchup, we got number 5 UConn versus number 12 New Mexico State. Who do you have winning in this one?
This one kind of scares me. I mean, obviously it's a 5-12, but I always like to look at UConn as one of those programs that can make a deep run into this. And New Mexico State, I believe they won their conference tournament and the conference outright. If I'm not mistaken, I might be, but they will be a tough match for them. But the Huskies will avenge their early exit last year against Maryland, and they'll win this one this year.
Yeah, go ahead and give me UConn, New Mexico State, albeit tough team. They're gonna have their problems here with UConn in this matchup. So go ahead and give me UConn. We're gonna go ahead and slide over to the next matchup, who we have, which is number 4 Arkansas, who was a dark horse of mine to make it to the Elite Eight here. Number 4 Arkansas versus Vermont here. Who wins here and why here? Or give me, or just give me a
Yeah,
quick fire.
I agree with you with Arkansas. I mean, they made a pretty good run last year. I'm going to take Arkansas on this one too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Arkansas as well. Vermont's been prone to pull off some upsets or whatnot here, but I'm gonna go with Arkansas here to win this game. Next game we have, and Arkansas is very slept on as well in the SEC. Next game we have here, we got number 6 Alabama versus the one of the play-in matchups, and that's Rutgers versus Notre Dame. Who wins that play-in matchup, and then who wins this matchup here between Rutgers and Notre Dame?
Alabama has been so up and down, inconsistent, but one of the things with them is they do have one of the strongest SOS's strength of schedules this season, which can obviously be a big factor into the selection here. Rutgers has definitely played some big games in the Big Ten and made some big wins in there. As you may know, being a fan of U of I out of the Big Ten, I'm going to give me Alabama going into this a little stronger than some think. Rutgers will, I believe, beat Notre Dame, and they'll give Alabama a run for their money, but give me Alabama in the end.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me Alabama. Out of the playing game, give me Rutgers to beat Notre Dame. Ron Harper's been special. His, pretty much the last couple of years. This is a senior year, but yeah, give me, Ron Harper to be special in that playing game, and give me Alabama to win that game against Rutgers. I like Bama to win that. Going into our next matchup, we got Texas Tech versus number 14 Montana State. Who do you got here and why?
I don't want to talk too highly about them, but I do have Texas Tech winning this region over Gonzaga overall. So obviously I'm going to take Texas Tech. I think they are one of the dangerous teams in this tournament and have been over the years. And I think they'll make another run to the Final Four again this season.
Yeah, give me Texas Tech as well to win this basketball game. I think they're just the better team, obviously. Next we have Michigan State going up against Davidson. This is going to be a tough one here, as Davidson's a pretty tough team here. So who do you got winning here?
I really want to pick Davidson in this one, but I'm going to go Michigan State, pulling this one out at the end to set up that final matchup of Tom Izzo versus Coach K, Duke, Michigan State, second round here. So that'll set up one of the more historic matchups. As it's Coach K's last year. So give me Michigan State in a close one.
Yeah, definitely. Give me Michigan State. This will definitely be a close one here. Davidson's a very tough team out of the A10. But give me Michigan State. They're just the talent's gonna overmatch here, but they definitely Michigan State has sputtered in the last half of the second part of the season. So I won't be surprised if Davidson gets an upset here. But give me Michigan State to win this one. Next matchup, we got number 2 Duke versus number 15 Cal State Fullerton. Who do you have here winning in this battle here?
I'm going to take Duke. I mean, they've been struggling lately with a couple of big losses in the ACC championship recently. I believe yesterday against Virginia Tech. They lost by double digits in that one. Um, and also in Coach K's final home game at Duke, they lost to North Carolina. But I'm going to take Duke in this one, and think they're going to be ready to go for this tournament overall, as they were one of my favorites to make a Final Four run earlier this season, but with the recent struggles, um, they've been kind of iffy, but I think they'll take care of business in their first matchup here.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Duke will win this matchup against Cal State Fullerton and go ahead and move on to the I believe it's the round of 32, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Moving on, you know what? What we're just gonna do here is we're just gonna keep going with the West region here and just kind of predict all the way down to who's gonna win this region. So if we have it right now, you have Gonzaga going up against Memphis. I do as well. So who do you got winning in that matchup in the
All right,
second
I
round?
got about a minute left here. I'm going to take Gonzaga in this one.
Gonzaga
Memphis,
to win. Who do you got
as
winning
I
this
said,
West
is going to
region?
be going into this as one of the hotter teams in the tournament, but Gonzaga's got way too much talent, experience on the roster, and coaching wise, that I think they should win this one fairly comfortably by the second half and do their thing. So give me Gonzaga in this one.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. And yeah, man. Have a good rest of your night at work. And who do you have winning this
You too.
West region?
The West
Yeah.
region, I'm going to have everything out in my new blog there, and we'll go over more of this this week. For the West region, I'm going to have Texas Tech over Gonzaga
Okay.
for
All right. No
first week.
problem. No problem.
So,
All right, brother. Texas
all
Tech
right.
over Gonzaga in the
Have a good
West
one.
region.
Have a
All
good
right,
night.
man. Peace out. Have a nice one, brother. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Go ahead. There goes that dedication. Uh, Doing the podcast on lunch. But anyways, yeah, if I'm gonna have to go with the second round matchup, I'm gonna go with my camera here so you guys can see me. And I'll go ahead and pop up I'll go ahead and pop up a bracket here so you guys can see as well here. Give me one moment here as I to see if I can add here image. But yeah, if I'm gonna go with the next round matchup, I believe it is going to be moving forward to the next matchup here in the West region in the second round. We're going to have Alabama going up against Rutgers. I'm going to go with Alabama winning this round here, going up against Rutgers. Rutgers, good team, but I What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I think we had some difficulty here. I believe here we have Christian Sampson on the show, but I'm not sure if he.
Oh man,
Um,
is that the one and
I believe
only?
he's there right now here.
Can you hear
But
me?
swinging over to the East region, we have the number one matchup with
Izzy, can you
Baylor
hear me? Can
versus
you hear me?
Norfolk State. I'm gonna go with Baylor. Um, yeah, I don't. Even though as talented as Norfolk State is, Baylor just the better team in this matchup, and just trying to see if they can possibly get over to that. Go back to back, which is hard actually to do. I can't remember a team that actually went back to back and won the national championship 2 years in a row. But I definitely have to look that up. Possibly it might have been Duke, if I'm not mistaken,
Izzy,
back in
can
the
you hear me?
'90s,
Izzy, can
or
you hear me?
UCLA back in the '60s or so. Um, or no, possibly I believe it was Florida. No, Florida was the last one I think to win back-to-back national championships. Um, but I might not. I might be mistaken. It might have been that Villanova team. But anyways, moving over to the next matchup, we have number 8 North Carolina going up against number 9 Marquette, and I'm actually going to go with North Carolina here. Oh, here goes Christian here.
What's going on, baby?
I can't hear you, man. You gotta unmute yourself. I can't hear your mic.
Can you hear me now?
I can't
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me?
I can't hear your mic, Christian.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you gotta turn on your mic. He's gotta turn his mic on.
My mic is on.
Yeah, I can't hear you, brother.
Hey,
I can't hear you, brother. Exit out and come back in. Anyways, in this East region, I'm gonna go with number 8 North Carolina going up against number 9 Marquette. This is actually gonna be a really interesting matchup here. I'm actually gonna go with North Carolina to win this matchup, but this is gonna be close. This is one of those matches that could go either way. Both of them similar teams. Marquette more senior laden team, but give me number 8. Give me the Carolina Tar Heels to win this game. And I won't say easily. This is going to be a tough game. That, they're going to have to go up against Marquette. And next matchup, we got the St. Mary's going up against Wyoming or Indiana. How about that? I'm actually gonna go with Indiana. I'm actually gonna go with Indiana to win this playing game, and then I'm actually gonna go with Indiana to win this matchup up against St. Mary's. Just like the way that Indiana's backcourt matches up against St. Mary's backcourt, just they're more physical, just bigger, and I think the talent that Indiana's gonna throw out there against St. Mary's is gonna overmatch them. So give me Indiana to win this matchup against St. Mary's. Here, let me see if I can get Christian back in the show here. Yeah, go ahead and give me Indiana to win this matchup against St. Mary's in the going up against Akron. I'm gonna go with UCLA. I think UCLA is poised for a large run. Even though I think Akron's a tough team that UCLA is gonna be faced with. I think UCLA beats them very easily. So give me UCLA to win that matchup against Akron. And like I said, I think UCLA is poised for a large run here coming into tournament time. With our next matchup, give me give me the Texas Longhorns versus the Virginia. Even though Virginia Tech just won the ACC, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I still like Texas to win this. They come from in my opinion, a better conference in the Big 12, and I think Texas is more battle tested with their strength of schedule, going up against Virginia Tech. But yeah, definitely give me Texas to time even trying to put this on the ticker, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Purdue is gonna beat Yale. There's no magic here, but Yale's style of play could produce some challenges for Purdue. But I just think that guys like Jaden Ivey are gonna get out on the floor and transition, and they're gonna make way with a team like Yale. So give me the Purdue Boilermakers to win their first round matchup. Moving to the next, I got the number competitive. I'm gonna have to go with Murray State here in this matchup. I just think Murray State just has a better backcourt, but they got size all over the floor. But give me Murray State in this matchup to beat San Francisco. In the next matchup, and then our I want to put this on the ticker here. Uh, Go ahead and give me Kentucky to win this matchup here. I just think that yeah, better team, and yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. And they potentially have the National Player of the Year in Oscar Tshiebwe on their team as well. And if I'm gonna keep going here down the list, let's finish the I got the UCLA Bruins making it to the Final Four. Sorry about that, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties here running the show by myself here. But I think we're just gonna keep going here, and we'll make it and go on to the next region, which is the South region. And I'm gonna go ahead and just go through with think we're having some difficulties with these tickers here. But I'm gonna go ahead with the next region, with the next matchup here. I'm gonna start with the South region. And out of that last region, I actually had UC Gonzaga Bulldogs. In our South region, I have the Arizona. Give me Arizona to win that matchup. In my next matchup, I got Seton Hall going up against TCU. Go ahead and give me go ahead and give me Seton Hall to win that matchup. Um, Beating the Blazers. In my next matchup, I got the Illinois. State. In my next matchup, we got Tennessee going up against Longwood. Longwood made it to the tournament for the first time, going up against the SEC champs. Give me Tennessee to win this one handily. Up to our next matchup, we got the Ohio State Buckeyes going up against Loyola Chicago Ramblers. I'm going to actually go ahead and go with the Loyola Chicago proven tested Ramblers here in this matchup. But I won't be surprised if it goes either way. But give me Loyola Chicago. And then we got Delaware going up against Villanova. Go ahead and give me Villanova in this matchup. And then starting off in the round of 32 in the second round, we got Arizona going up against Seton Hall. Go ahead and give me Arizona. They're the most international team here. And here we're adding here Christian Simpson here to the show. And finally, we can hear him. Finally, we can hear this man.
Finally, you can hear me.
Finally, we can hear this man. And I can actually make new tickers here.
Look,
give me some time here.
I remember doing this with you last year. I couldn't miss it again to be on with my dog.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. So I just went through some of these. I just went through my first round.
Okay, let's hear. Here, read me the matchups, and I'll try to get mine. So I can.
Oh yeah, go ahead. So we're gonna start with the South region. Who do you got between Arizona versus Wright State or Bryant?
I think Arizona should win that one. They have a good inside-out attack. They play well on both sides of the court, and they're well coached. And what do I always say? What did I tell you last year? What determines a good team in a tournament? Who can go on a run? Great guard play. They have good guard play. I like Arizona in this one, in a blowout.
In a blowout, yeah. And they're the most. They have like the most international players. I was just about to mention that. They kind of recruit differently, right? So they kind of like go like overseas, and they have a lot. They have like the most international players, I think, on their team, and led by Benedict Mathurin, right? So yeah, so Arizona's definitely a talented team. And then the next matchup was Seton Hall versus TCU. I think that's the 8-9 matchup there.
Oh man, it seems like those 8-9 matchups can go in so many different directions. I'm gonna take Seton Hall, and I think this could be one of the closest games in that region. Seton Hall they have good guard play, and they can dictate the pace of the game by just controlling things, and they take good care of the ball. I will say that much. So I'm gonna go Seton Hall in a close one. I could see this coming down to like a final basket.
Final basket, yeah. And then the next matchup we have Houston going up against UAB.
I like this Houston team. I think people tend to forget they were a Final Four team last year. I know they didn't handle their business against Baylor last year, but I think Houston, they're out to prove something. I think Houston wins this game.
And then the next matchup, we got Illinois versus Chattanooga here.
Oh, the 13-4 matchup is always the toughest, but I'm gonna go Illinois here. I think I was telling TJ this earlier. The X factor I feel for Illinois is Andre Curbelo because he can dictate the pace of the game. He facilitates. He just does a lot of the little things on a consistent manner, and I think that's going to be big time in these in this tournament for Illinois. And I don't think there's a soul on Chattanooga that can defend Kofi Cockburn.
I think, man, Chattanooga, they got a lot of size across the board.
Okay.
I think, but there's nobody that can guard Kofi, in my opinion, in the nation. So that's gonna be a tough matchup for him. But Chattanooga can pose some problems to Illinois. They've tended to fall down to sometimes to the competition of play. So that's a matchup to watch out. And then the next matchup we got Colorado State going up against Michigan. I think this is the 11-4 matchup, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm going Colorado State. Michigan
Or
doesn't.
the 11-8 matchup. The
Yeah,
11-8.
Michigan doesn't deserve to be here.
Yeah, 11-5, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna go with Colorado State. I actually went with Michigan, just out on a whim. Yeah, Michigan doesn't deserve. They should have been in the play-in game or the first four out. Then we got Tennessee going up against Longwood. I believe this is the 3 versus the 14.
I'm going to go Tennessee, but the 14-3 is a matchup I think that gives everybody a problem when they go to predict it. But I'm going to go Tennessee here.
Longwood. I don't know too much about Longwood, but
I don't either.
Yeah, give me Tennessee. Ohio State going up against Loyola in that next matchup.
Oh, give me Loyola all day, every day, man. No, Loyola just always seems to turn the page when it matters most. I remember that run in 2018 when they were a Final Four team. And shout out to my sister because that year she joined my bracket group and she had Loyola making the national championship. They got to the Final Four that year, but they fell short to the eventual runner-up in Michigan. Yeah, I just think Loyola has too much. They have too much speed for Ohio State, and I think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, and then we have Villanova going up against Delaware.
I like Villanova. Villanova is another team that knows how to turn it on when it matters most.
Okay, and then in our second round matchups, you got Arizona going up against Seton Hall. Who do you got, Arizona or Seton Hall?
I like Arizona. I think they're just going to be a little too much for Seton Hall.
For Seton Hall, okay, yeah, I got Arizona too, man. Like I said, man, they're international, man, and they're fun to watch, man. They're fun to watch. The next matchup, I got Houston going up against Illinois. Who do you got in the second round here?
Wow.
Yeah, I know this is a tough one, right?
Stumped on that one. I'm gonna go Illinois. I'm gonna go Illinois here. I'm gonna take Illinois. Izzy. They're out to prove something because they know last year they got to the round of 32 and what happened? They were embarrassed. I'm gonna take Illinois. Who you got?
I'm actually gonna go with Illinois as well.
I think we're having
that matchup.
Okay, there he is.
I think there's nobody that can guard. So, but those other guys got to be, on point. Plummer and Curbelo and Granderson and you have Godley. Who's the other kid? The two seniors that they have. I always say he looks like Travis Scott, but yeah, they got two seniors on their team, as well. So, yeah, give me Illinois to win that game, as well. The second matchup we have here, we're gonna have the Michigan Wolverines going up against the. Well, you got Colorado State. I got Michigan. Michigan going up against Tennessee. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Tennessee in the second round matchup. Who do you got?
I like Tennessee as well. I've really been impressed with them. Watched them today, and I just like how they dominated both sides of the floor. I'm gonna take Tennessee. Yeah, I'm gonna take Tennessee.
Having trouble with Christian's microphone here. He might have to jump back in
Can you hear me?
here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he might have to jump back in. But on the in that second round matchup, I got Tennessee beating Michigan in that second round matchup. Yeah, sorry about that. Give me Illinois to make it to the make it out of the South region and make it to the Final Four. I'm gonna go ahead and add Christian to the stream.
All
What's
right.
going on, Christian? Yeah,
Can you-
sorry about that, buddy. Yeah,
All right.
no, and I actually had Illinois coming out the that South bracket. Who do you got coming out of that South bracket?
Oh man, yeah. Let me go back and look because it can go so many ways. I gotta go back and look because I got a glimpse of the bracket, but yeah, let me
Well,
see.
in your second round matchups, you'll have Arizona going up against Seton Hall.
Okay.
Who do you got? Who do you got winning that one?
I have Arizona winning that, and I said I had Illinois beating Houston.
Illinois beating Houston, so it's going to be an Illinois-Arizona rematch
That's up
in
a
the Sweet 16.
2005 rematch, baby.
Well, no, it's going to be and also a rematch from earlier this season. So Illinois and Arizona. Illinois played Arizona probably the toughest out of any team this year.
Right. I think
You know
Illinois.
that they beat.
I think Illinois could beat Arizona. To be
Yeah,
honest.
me too. I think they could beat Arizona too. And they didn't have Andre Carbello beginning of that in that first game earlier this season. And Illinois had them on the ropes. So you know, I like Illinois to beat them too as well in the Sweet 16. And then I think you had Colorado State going up against Tennessee. And then you had Loyola going up against Villanova.
I think Villanova gets Loyola. I'm pretty high on this Nova team. I don't know why, but they just know how to turn it on, and they're so well coached by, I call him smooth operator, Jay Wright, because he's as cool, calm, and collected. Nothing ever seems to phase this guy, and he's a Hall of Famer as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he just knows how to win around this time. I mean, he caused me a little heartbreak a couple years ago back in 2016, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, right. We're not going to talk about that. So you got Villanova beating Delaware and Loyola as well. So you got Arizona and Illinois in the Sweet 16. Who wins that matchup?
I'm gonna say Illinois, man. I think Kofi is just gonna be too much. But if Kofi gets in foul trouble, they lose. But if he's cleaning up the glass and he's making things happen offensively,
I forget what that number 35 from Arizona's name is, but Arizona just throws a bunch of big bodies at you. They got about 2 or 3 big bodies they could throw at Kofi, which kind of made it a little hard for him in their first matchup. They got the length to deal with Kofi, and they just come out in drones. I mean, they just come out. They go about 8-9 deep. They're real long, athletic. But I just think I don't know, man. Illinois had him without. I think Carbelo's the. I think he's the X factor in this game. I think if Carbello can have a special game, I think they can win this game
Exactly.
against
I agree.
Arizona.
I agree.
And then I believe you had Villanova and Tennessee
I like
in the
Nova.
Sweet 16.
I
Yeah,
like Nova in that
you
one.
like Nova? Nova.
I
So
like
then
Nova.
Elite Eight, you got Nova versus Illinois. Who do you got?
I like Nova. I think
You
Nova
like
gets. I
Nova?
think Villanova gets to the Final Four.
Nova makes the Final Four.
I
All
agree.
right, cool. So I got Illinois making the Final Four, and in the other in the West bracket, you got who do you got? You got man, we got to go through it all. But I mean, quick fire. I mean, you got Gonzaga in this bracket, Duke. You got Michigan State, Davidson. I mean, Texas Tech, Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, UConn.
Okay, so I'm gonna run through it. I have Gonzaga, I have Boise State, I have UConn. I'm going with the upset. I got Vermont over Arkansas. I have Alabama, Texas Tech. Michigan State and Davidson can go either way. Here's the thing about Michigan State this year. Sparty doesn't have that go-to guy like they normally have in years past. I mean, I'll even go as far as take it back to when Sparty had like a Mateen Cleaves, Aaron Henry, Denzel Valentine. They really don't have that type of guy this year, but I think they can do enough to win this game. I like Duke because that'll set up. I definitely want to see a legendary coaching matchup of two Hall of Fame coaches for the final time. Tom Izzo, Coach K, and I think Duke will win that one.
So you think Duke could come out of the West region?
No, out the West region, I think it's going to come down to Texas Tech and Gonzaga, like what we saw a couple years ago in 2019. And I actually think Texas Tech can beat Gonzaga because they're physical, they're long, and I think they can give Gonzaga a lot of problems on the glass.
Yeah, so I had Texas Tech going to the Sweet 16, losing to Duke, and I only gave Duke the run because Coach K and everything. But I actually honestly think Texas Tech is the better team than Duke.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're gonna pick Texas Tech to make the Final Four. So then who do you got? So in the next in the East bracket, who do you have?
Okay. So
we know this solidified.
Let me see here. I'm looking it up right now. I'm on my phone. All right, I have Baylor, North Carolina, St. Mary's. I'm gonna go UCLA. I'm taking Virginia Tech over Texas. I'm taking Purdue over Yale. I'm taking Murray State, and I'm taking Kentucky. Right then, second round. I'm gonna be bold here, Izzy, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a fan. North Carolina can give Baylor some problems.
Interesting.
Seriously, because Armando Bacot, Brady Manick, and Leaky Blackman, all three of those guys have it going. I feel that North Carolina is a tough out. I think it would be close, but I think Baylor gets them. I just think, the inexperience could hurt North Carolina at times, but Baylor, I'm going to be real, man. Baylor's one of the weaker. I think Baylor's the weakest one seed out of everybody.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will say that Baylor's one of the weaker one seeds. They do play defense like crazy though.
Yeah.
Like they used to last year. They played just as good defense last year. So that's what I have. So out of this, so you think UNC makes it to the Sweet 16? You think
I'm gonna take Baylor because what you just
Baylor?
Said. Yeah, but
Baylor makes the Sweet 16. UCLA makes
Baylor,
Sweet 16.
UCLA, Virginia Tech, Purdue, and I have.
Well, who makes the Sweet 16 between? So who wins between Virginia Tech and Purdue?
I'm gonna say Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech. Okay, to make 16. Then you got Murray State, San Francisco, Kentucky, St. Peter's.
I got Murray State beating San Francisco, and I got Kentucky beating St. Peter's.
So then you got who you got winning that second round matchup?
I like Kentucky to win that game.
Kentucky to win that game.
I like Kentucky.
Okay. So you got Baylor, UCLA in the Sweet 16. Who do you got?
I like Baylor. I think Baylor, they'll turn it up defensively. Again, UCLA, they're going to come in playing with a shoulder because of how they lost in the Final Four last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm taking Baylor because Baylor, they're up
Baylor.
to something. Mm-hmm.
And then you got Vitek versus Kentucky in the Sweet 16 matchup.
I like Kentucky in that one. I think Virginia's little run comes to an end. I'm gonna take the Wildcats. I'll never
So,
against Coach Calipari.
so you got Kentucky going up against Baylor in the Elite
Yeah,
Eight.
yeah, I do, and I'm taking Baylor. I mean, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm taking Kentucky. I think this is
Kentucky.
where it runs out for Baylor.
Kentucky. Okay,
Yeah,
so Kentucky. We got Kentucky. So you got out of the West region. You got out of the West region. You got Texas Tech. Out of
right.
the East region, you got Baylor. Out
No,
of the South,
I got Kentucky coming out the East
oh
region.
Kentucky you got Kentucky out of the East, and then out of the South you got Villanova, and
Yeah,
then I got Illinois. So out of the West region, I got Gonzaga. Out of the East region, if I'm not mistaken, I had UCLA coming out the East region. So I
right.
got Gonzaga, UCLA in that Final Four matchup. Then I got Illinois coming out that South region. So they're right there slated. And then here we go, coming out for that Midwest region. We got Kansas going up. We got the 116 matchup going up against either Texas Southern or Texas A&M CC. I don't even think it really matters who
Yeah,
goes up against Kansas. Who do you got?
yeah. I like Kansas. I don't think nothing else needs to be said.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kansas as well, man. Agbaje is their senior leader, man. He's the best player, probably in the nation and on their team. San Diego State going up against Creighton in the next matchup. Who do you got?
I'm gonna say Creighton here. I think Creighton can do something. I want to go. I want to pick San Diego State, but I didn't really like how they looked yesterday in the conference title game. So I'm gonna go with Creighton here.
Give me San Diego State to win this matchup as well. Yeah, I didn't like the way Creighton looked against what was it, Villanova, if I'm not mistaken. They played in that Big East title game. I didn't like the way they looked there. So give me San Diego State to win that matchup. Next matchup we got Iowa going up against Richmond. Who do you got in this matchup?
I like Iowa. I was so impressed with them. Jordan Bohannon, the one forward that they have, the tall, light skinned dude. I can't think of his name, but
Oh, that's Keegan Murray.
and Murray. There we go. Yeah, I
Keegan
think
Murray.
I think that combo is just going to be too much for Iowa. I think this Iowa team is actually better now than what they were with Luka Garza because it's more than one guy that can attack with the basketball. Like if a guy he's taking his shot, watch out for this Iowa team.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Keegan Murray is definitely one of the top players. He's definitely one of my on the awards list for Player of the Year as well. The kid averages 23, 8, and 1, 1, and 2. So the kid's a monster. Providence versus South Dakota State. Who do you got?
Upset City. Give me South Dakota State, baby.
Okay. Give me Providence, man. This team is sound. They're a well-oiled machine. Give me Providence to beat South Dakota State. LSU going up against Iowa State. Who do you got?
Give me Iowa State. Upset City, baby.
Another one. Okay. Yeah, actually, give me Iowa State to win this game as well. This is upset the 11 seed beating what? Is it the 8 seed or was it the 6 seed, 6 versus the 11? So yeah, give me Iowa State to win this matchup as well. Wisconsin going up against Colgate. Who do you got in this matchup? Do we believe this is a 3 versus 14?
It's a home game for them. This game's going to be played in Milwaukee.
In Milwaukee, yep.
And not let this opportunity slip up. I'm taking Wisconsin.
Yeah, give me Wisconsin as well, man. Led by Johnny Davis, the sophomore guard, man. Give me Wisconsin in this game. And then for USC going up against Miami, who do you got in this matchup?
I like the U. Here, I'm gonna do it right here. U, baby. I'm taking the U. Jim Larinaga, he just knows how to get his guys ready. You look at what he did against Duke. I know they dropped the ball in the ACC conference tourney, but they gave Duke problems. They have length. They can defend the perimeter. They can defend the basket. I like Miami in this one.
I'm actually gonna go with USC in this one. They're led by the other Mobley brother, But yeah, no, give me USC. I like them to win this one against Miami. And then the next matchup, which is the 2 versus the 15, is Auburn versus Jacksonville State. I don't even know if I got to ask, but yeah, give me Auburn. I don't know who do you got in this matchup.
I like Auburn in this one. I was pretty high on Auburn. Watched a lot of their games this year, and I know they didn't look the greatest in the conference tourney, but now Bruce Pearl will have his team ready. And I think a lot of people tend to forget this is a team that was in the Final Four a few years ago.
Yeah, didn't watch a lot of Jacksonville State. I know I know they're HBC. I believe they play out of the. I don't know if they play out of the SWAC or not. They might, but or the SoCon. I'm not sure which conference they play out of, but yeah, they're getting smashed by Auburn. Um, in the second round matchups, we got Kansas. You actually have Creighton. I got San Diego State. Who wins this matchup?
I like Kansas. I think Kansas they do just enough. I think they get a scare, but they'll pull away in the second half
And make it to the Sweet 16.
and
And
make it.
then in the second round matchup, we got Iowa going up against you got San Diego State. I got Providence. This is actually going to be one of my better matchups of that day. Who do you got?
I like Iowa. I think Iowa can. I think Iowa they're poised to go on a run here. I'm taking the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Iowa to make it to the Sweet 16. I'm actually going to go with Providence to beat Iowa in this matchup. So give me Providence to make it to the Sweet 16. In the next matchup, we got Iowa State going up against Wisconsin. Both of us have the same two teams. Who do you got?
All right. What matchup is this, Izzy?
Iowa State versus Wisconsin.
I like Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin. Guard's gonna have his men ready to play. They can get the ball inside. They'll run a half court. They'll run a half court offense. Not really a team that's a transition team, but they can push the ball out and make the best play on the ball.
Yeah, go ahead and give me Wisconsin to win this matchup against Iowa State. Just a better team this year. Take it to another level, so they'll make it to Sweet 16. My next matchup, I got USC. You got Miami going up against Auburn. Who do you got?
I like Auburn. I think this is where it comes to a run and end for the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually go with Auburn to beat USC. Um, I just think Auburn's just the better team. Bruce Pearl has them, on all, going on all cylinders. So yeah, give me Auburn to win that team, to win this game. In our next matchup, in the Sweet 16 matchup, our first Sweet 16 matchup, we got Kansas going up against. You have Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. I have Providence, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna go.
So
I'm gonna go.
who do you got?
I'm gonna take the Jayhawks.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with Kansas as well. I just think that Kansas is gonna be a better team, coming out than Providence is. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they. I wouldn't be surprised if Providence gave them a run for their money. Is what I'm trying to say. Um, I just think that I just like I said, I just think that Kansas is the better team. But I wouldn't be surprised if Providence gave them a run for the money and it came down to the wire on in that game. In the next Sweet 16 matchup, we have if I'm not mistaken, we got the Wisconsin Badgers going up against the Auburn Tigers. Who do you got in this matchup and why?
That would be a great game to watch. I'm gonna go Wisconsin here. I think Wisconsin will play great defense on Auburn. I think Auburn will play some good defense too. I think this will be a low score, and I can see some point game, Izzy.
Yeah, I'm actually man. I'm actually gonna go with Wisconsin to win this game and make it to the Elite Eight. I like Johnny Davis. I love Jabari Smith. He's probably the number one pick, or top three pick coming out in next year's draft for Auburn. For Auburn, 6'10" guy can do it all. But give me the Wisconsin Badgers to win this game. I think they're just well rounded all through all. So I got the Wisconsin Badgers going up against the Kansas Jayhawks. in the Elite Eight as well. So who do you got in that matchup?
Wow, this game right here, this could go either way. I'm gonna take Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin can go on their little run here. And look, I don't trust Kansas. They're due to let you down sooner or later, one way or the other. And I think this is where that happens. I'm taking the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go. I'm actually gonna go with the. I'm actually gonna go with the Kansas Jayhawks in this one. I just think
Right.
Kansas gets out and runs. They, they. I think they go like 5-6 deep in terms of guard play. So
Yeah,
give me the Kansas Jay.
you know what? I'm so glad you said that. I'm gonna have to switch that pick because what do I always say? Guard play determines who can get where around this time of the year, and I think Kansas has better guard play than Wisconsin. I think that's gonna be key. I'm gonna take the Kansas Jayhawks to get.
Yeah, yeah, and if I'm gonna actually you're gonna have a child Abaje, if I'm pronouncing his name right, from KU. He's like improved tremendously going up against Johnny Davis. I mean, two similar type of players. I think Johnny Davis is the better player because he's a sophomore. He's
Right.
already had better numbers. But I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Kansas in my opinion. So give me Kansas to make it to the Final Four,
Okay.
going up against Illinois. And then in our Final Four picks, here we go. So you have Godly. You have
I have
Gonzaga.
I
You
have
got
Villanova.
in the West region.
I have Villanova, I believe. And then I have Texas Tech, I believe. Yeah. I have Villanova, Texas Tech. I believe I have Kentucky, and I have Kansas.
Oh, okay. So you got Kentucky. So you got Kentucky. So who do you got? Who do you got winning versus Kentucky and who was who'd you have? Yeah, Kentucky and who going
But
up against each other
I believe I had, let me
in
see,
the West region?
in the West region, I had Texas Tech coming out of the West.
Texas Tech. So you got Texas Tech and Kentucky. So out of those two teams, who makes it to the national championship?
Kentucky.
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 Okay. I have Gonzaga versus UCLA, and I think this is the year UCLA gets it done, and they make it to the national championship, and they beat Gonzaga in the Final Four. They a rubber match here, a rubber match between Gonzaga and UCLA in the Final Four, a rematch here.
Hey,
So give me UCLA to win this game.
that would be pretty dope, man.
Yeah, a rubber match in the Final Four, right? That would be dope, right?
That really
Yeah,
would.
give me, and it's slated out to be that way. So give me UCLA to beat Gonzaga in a rematch of the Final Four, and then in the next batch you have Villanova and Kansas. Who do you got
I
in
like
that matchup?
Villanova. I'm going with a Villanova and Kentucky national championship.
All righty, and I got Illinois versus Kansas. I'm actually gonna go with Kansas to win this game over Illinois. The buck stops here. I just think Kansas has better guard play than Illinois. I think, and they'll give Kofi. He'll give them some problems, but not enough problems to where it's like it's going to be a difference. I think Kansas gets it done versus Illinois, and then I have UCLA versus Kansas. You have Kentucky versus Nova. Who do you win? Who wins the national championship this year?
I'm going with Villanova, man, to cut the Nets down in New Orleans. So yeah, I'm taking Nova. Nova Nation.
Nova Nation. Nova Nation. I'm actually gonna go with UCLA this year to cut the Nets down. I just think this is the tournament team. I think they're gonna turn on the Jets when it comes down to tournament time. I think this is the team that once they get the first couple wins under their belt. I think Johnny Juzang is a guy that plays special under the lights. Um, you know, uh, they still got all those other guys, Tiger Campbell, Jaime Jaquez, Cody Riley is there. You added Jules Bernard to
Right.
the lineup as well at UCLA. So yeah, give me UCLA to defeat Kansas in the national championship and cut the Nets down. For Mick Cronin, getting one for Mick Cronin here, and
Man,
then I know they come out with the awards on April 3rd. Who do you got for player of the year? Just quick fire here.
Wow. Man, that can go so many directions, but I think the kid from Duke is gonna win it. Paolo Banchero, because he's been a dog all year long, man. I mean,
Yeah, Paulo's been a dog. Yeah, he's been. I think if Duke was a little higher, I think they might be able to. I think he might have a shot at it. I think if anybody, I think if out of the freshmen, I think like out of the freshmen that have a shot to win it, I think he's in it like top three. But I think I would pick guys like Chet Holmgren over him, or I
yeah,
pick guys like maybe Jabari Smith possibly over him. But I don't know. If I'm gonna go with Player of the Year, uh, in my opinion, it's a three guy race, really a two guy race between Oscar Tshiebwe versus Kofi Coburn. Both of them didn't really have great conference tournament show ups. And Oscar Tshiebwe is a guy from Kentucky. He's the fourth from Kentucky. Plays like kind of reminds me a little bit, like of a poor man's Bill Russell, if so to speak. Kind
nah.
of plays and
Who
kind of looks like him. It's kind
Kofi?
of
You
kind
know,
of lanky like him.
you know who
Yeah.
you know who Kofi reminds me of, man. I was talking to TJ about this earlier. He reminds me of he's a more well-rounded Jokic to me.
More well-rounded Jokic, man. I'm gonna have to say Kofi's like Kofi. I want to say he's like Shaq, but he's not like. See, the thing is that Shaq was more fluid than Kofi, in my
Right.
opinion.
Right.
I think Shaq was more fluid, and I think they both nasty. I think Shaq was nastier. I think he was more aggressive, but they both have the same bodies. They're both just physical specimens. Um, Gosh, who was that damn center that used to play for the Atlanta Hawks back in the day? Kevin something.
Kevin Willis.
Godly.
Kevin Willis.
Kevin Willis. Kevin Willis. There we go. Kevin Willis. That's a perfect comparison for Kofi Coburn. It's Kevin Willis.
I can see
That's a
it.
perfect. That's a perfect comparison for Kofi Coburn. It's Kevin
Okay.
Willis, man.
Okay.
It's Kevin Willis in my opinion. If I'm gonna go with player of the year this year, what Oscar Tshiebwe is doing is on another level. He leads the nation in rebounds, defensive rebounds. Um, he's averaging 16.4 and 15.3 uh, a game. He's averaging 1.1 assists a game. He's averaging 1.4, 1.9 steals, 1.5 blocks a game. I mean, the dude is on another level. And Kofi, he's only averaging 21 and 10, and he's the most physically imposing guy. But man, what Oscar Tshiebwe has got, Kentucky, top two seed this year, has Kentucky, right there, possibly going to be an Elite 18. Give me him, and I think next year it might be Johnny Davis's time. Next year, Johnny Davis and Keegan Murray have fight it out for Player of the Year. I think both of
I
those
can see it.
guys are true sophomores right now
I
this
can
year.
see it. I can see it
Yeah,
for sure.
I could definitely see it. But anyways, man, it's been a great bracket breakdown here. First half of the show we had Matt James. Second half we had my guy Christian Simpson. Yo, hey, it's always been a pleasure with you, brother, man.
Man,
Haven't done a show with you in quite some time.
yeah, man.
Um,
We gotta do this again. You know, you still gotta be on Monday evening quarterback with your boy, and
yeah,
I sent you
yeah,
the
definitely.
yeah, and then I sent you the link to my bracket group. Of course, I gotta have the CEO of Prime Sports World a part
Got
of
to.
the group. It's only right. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got to. You got to have me on your show, man.
Oh,
And
for
and,
sure.
and Christian B. Brocken dropping that breaking news, man. He told us about the Tom Brady news as soon as Tom Brady let us know. As soon as the tweet came out, my man's let us know, man. He let us know before ESPN let us know. I knew Tom Brady was gonna be retired. I'm retiring 5 minutes before ESPN let us know that Tom Brady was retiring. Okay, so Christian is the real deal over here. Anyways, you guys, go check out Christian's podcast, Monday Evening Quarterback. Go shout out to our big sponsors. Our sponsor at Rouge Bear, let your presence be felt. Go ahead and check out the spring collection. go ahead and check out the Prime Sports World Praise, NBA Supreme Praise, NFL Supreme group page. Go ahead and tell your friends about it. And we'll be back here Monday through Friday next week, bringing the heat every single day with David Huffman here, bringing you Prime Sports World and the crossover. And we'll come here, bring you another edition of College Basketball Madness next week to go over our brackets and preview, maybe do a 2.0 with maybe David and TJ involved as well. But here we go, man. I'm Israel Rivera, Christian here on the other side, man. And what do we do here, Christian, at the Prime?
Listen, baby, we bring the heat. We bring it,
ladies and gentlemen. We bring the heat, ladies and gentlemen. And you can go and catch us here on YouTube and Facebook. And pretty soon we'll be on other multiple streaming platforms as well. But you guys have a great night. And we'll see you later. Until next time, guys. Peace out.
Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the time.